Hey there. Got some ants on me. So I was thinking, I got some comments from people from the last couple of videos about, I was answering someone's question about about missing the opportunities of youth to do the things that you want to do, to pursue the dreams that you want to do. And I got a couple of responses from people saying, well, that's nice. That would be great if someone could be encouraged not to miss that opportunity. But what if someone does in fact miss that opportunity? What about them? What if they didn't have the courage or the fortitude or just the disposition to go, as I call it, going alone, right? Whether you go with someone else or not, having the courage to step away from convention, from the safe and the sane, to pursue after that deeper risk of life is going alone. What if you didn't do that? What if you gave in? What if you conceded to the more straight and narrow, and you find yourself at my age or beyond or a little bit sooner, your 40s, 50s, 60s, and now what, right? Because you discovered that longing whisper in your ear of youth that said, I really wish I could do that thing, and you never did it. And now it's back, and it's more insistent than ever before. Maybe not demanding that you do it so much as suggesting that you were wrong in not doing it. But now you're saddled with, for lack of a better term, saddled. Now you have the responsibility of maybe a spouse and a family and a job and a boss and coworkers and extended family that have expectations, and simply a sense that doing right means fulfilling and following through on all of these things, come what may, even though that little gnawing voice won't go away. Now what? And I realized that I don't have a good ready answer for that. It's not a contingency that I had really anticipated. Although on closer examination, I realize I'm one amongst you. If you are one of those, and I've gotten email from several of you, I'm right there with you. Although I may not seem that way, if you follow my channel and watch my videos, I may appear as the person that pursued the dreams. Went to Japan and had that life and did all those things and came back and had the adventures here and all those things. Hello again, Japan, currently on a break, so can catch you free. Kurt, oh nice, thank you for joining me. So I'm talking about the other part of the group, the folks that aren't young, that didn't take off into their life that they wanted to live. And I'm one amongst you, okay? Because even though I didn't really do it in earnest. And I've told this story before, so I won't repeat it again, but I'll summarize to point out that there was a moment after college where I did indeed take off to live the adventurous life, which was really more of a global traveler, living out of my vehicle, going where the wind would take me, continent to continent, experience to experience, that almost cliche vagabond life. I so dearly wanted it, right? That one that captured everybody's imagination. What was his name? Even though I read the book, I can't remember his name. The guy that went to Alaska and wound up dying, Chris McCandless, right? I wanted that life, and it's funny, about the same period. I was about the same period though as well, and I never did that. I did have a pretty good run. In the back of my mind, that other life has always been gnawing at me, and it never gives up. It's ceaseless, and my wife's well aware of it. She knows about it, but I did actively choose the life that I chose. I mean, I actually had a deciding moment where I'll tell the story sometime, but I had a deciding moment where I went into the wilderness fully out-equipped and outfitted and ready to go. I had said goodbyes to everybody. I had said goodbye to Yumiko, not for goodbye forever, but I told her I'm taking off into the world. This is just after I got my degree. I didn't even stick around for the diploma. It was like Henry David Thoreau said, let the sheep keep his skin. I had taken off. I didn't even attend my ceremony. I was gone. And sitting out in the middle of the desert, I made the decisive decision, so to speak, to come back. I went back, showed up back in Humboldt, showed up at Yumiko's door, and I said, let's start this life together, and I did. And I will confess to you that it's haunted me ever since, that decision. Now, what do you do with that? And I think I'm going to try to take on that challenge, because there's a lot of us that have made those choices, and a lot of them that didn't embark in any way to endeavor on those things, and who may be my age, a little older, a little younger, that are wondering what next. And I'm going to give it some thought, but I think in a nutshell, basically it comes down to assessing where we are in life, and what resources we have, what opportunities we have, and how we can make the best of that situation. A little like finding yourself stranded on a desert island, right? Try to do a little reconnaissance as to where we are, what we've got with us, what our responsibilities are, because I do hope that most are willing to, or interested in, fulfilling whatever reasonable responsibilities you've taken on. I mean, if you're like me and you've taken on, a wife or a husband and kids, and etc., I think it's first and foremost a responsibility to fulfill those obligations to the best of our ability, within reason, right? I mean, if you have someone that abuses you, or is suffering from addiction that they don't want to deal with, then maybe that's another thing altogether. But if you're married to a reasonable person who took you on board for who you are, and you took them on board for who they are, as I did, and you've got those responsibilities, and that you chose actively as an adult to take on, then I think it's in the best interest of well-being, which is my first principle of life, is to pursue well-being. It's in the best interest of well-being from the family to fulfill those. But now, what else can we do with what free time we might have? And that's where I'll explore that a little later with these videos, right? Maybe try to explore the assessment of the current circumstance, and where the opportunities lie, and how we can make advantage of those in the time remaining. And let's see, I see a couple of comments here. Hello, Chief Piglow. You caught me. Yes, you caught me. Welcome. And I got a couple comments. Hello from Japan, currently on a break. Oh yes, hello, Inglés. Inglanese. Is that a kind of a building off of the old Mitchell, James Clavell's Inglés, what they called him in Shogun, and that guy, the Portuguese man, or the Spaniard. Good to see you, Kurt. Good to see you too, Christopher. Oki Ninja Kitty. Wow, there's a name I remember. Hey, Kurt. So happy I caught you. I may think you meant to say live today. Yes, and I love you too. It's good to see you, Oki Ninja Kitty. I hope you're doing well. Say hi to, what is it, Russ? Yeah, say hi to Russ from me. Panda Kitty 2, Pandora Kitty 299. He ended up dying in the bus. Yes, Chris McCandless died in the bus. Great book, good movie too. My dream is to live off the land, but living in Japan with a family, I have to wait at least 20 years, but I believe even in Japan I can achieve it. Check out, there's that, what's his name? I can't remember the name of the channel. One of you pointed me to a guy that just bought, or a couple of years back, bought himself a big old Japanese house for $28,000, and he's documenting his restoration. That would be awfully cool. Hello, Small Five. One Godless Monkey. Wow, there's a cool name. Hello. I love it. One Godless Monkey. Well, I'm a godless monkey too. Yeah, going from one godless to a monkey to another. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hello, Kurt. Have you ever done some scary experience during your alone travels through the desert? I'm talking about something supernatural, or just something you could not explain. No, I have not. Although I remember there was one time when I was young, before I went to Japan. I was out in the desert, and I had a very, I guess you would call it a spiritual moment alone in the desert. But it was nothing more than the utter awe, and I would now call it that I had seen, I recognized what I call the great indifference, right? Which is the great emptiness of the universe. I called it kind of a spiritual moment. Okay, Ninja Kitty says, man, it's been a what's next kind of year. Russ and I have been talking about that a lot. Wow. You know, you guys are no longer in Japan, right? You went back to the States, I think, right? I'm like you in that case, LOL. Cool. Hey, Kurt, finally caught you live. Yes, no, just, it's English says, no, it's just half and half, English, Japanese. Oh, Anglanese. Cool. Could you also be Japanese? Or well, I don't know how that would work. Anglanese. When the corona vaccine comes out, will you take it? Yes, I will. Ryan Barta, message retracted. Oh, you don't have to worry about retracting. You can even say, whatever you want here. Japanglace, there you go. Arturo Vasquez says, that's been a tough growing up in my 20s. I love the outdoors, exploring, climbing, but I've always knew I wanted to study medicine. I fear I'll regret not giving one of them my 100%. Good for you, Arturo. Wow, and medicine, what a noble profession. Okay, Ninja Kitty. Yes, we are in the States, up in Minnesota, which is an experience. We are from Massachusetts. I've been to the Boundary Waters out by Uray. That is an experience. The mosquitoes are an experience. Up, there you go. Cool, well, guys, thanks for joining me for another one. This one kind of kicks off some thought process, right? The thought process of, I wrote Going Alone for those of us, those that are young, who are at the brink of the decision of life, of having a great life adventure. But what about those that didn't take that opportunity? Well, what about them? What about us, right? So let's read a little bit from Going Alone before I sign off. Yesterday we skipped for 2 days. I took yesterday off. I was really tired. You know, I teach driving instruction on Sundays, and I had 3 really solid lessons, but they took a lot out of me. So I didn't do this, but I did. Here we are today. So I'm going to read today from bear with me. The objective. Cultivate good emotional reactions. I don't think I did this one. Yeah, here we go. Principle number 4. I will take control of my emotions such that these inform my living less than control it. Feelings and reactions will then become counselors, life counselors, rather than rulers and chiefs. Through this effort, I will create and reflect a life of equanimity through outward control and resulting inward peace. I did read that last time. That's the one I read 2 days ago. Let's go on to the next one. Perform good actions. Objective number 5. Perform good actions. My deeds should be worthy of a life spent working to pass each day as an improvement, not only for myself and my family, but also for those with whom we share life now, as well as those in the future who will receive this common inheritance. So good works, right? Although some say that won't get you into heaven. I certainly don't think good works will get you into heaven, and bad works won't get you into hell either. But good works sure do make this one place that we happen to be living in, that seems to be real, a nicer place. And not doing good works or doing bad things seems to do the opposite. So let's try to do more good works. And with that, I'm going to sign out. Oh, I saw some more comments. Hold on. What are the comments? Hi, Kenny. Hello from Michigan. John. Hi, John. Cal, TY95 says, I can understand how you feel in some ways. I am 25, don't work, did not go to school, and am single and have no kids. I do live on my own and still trying to deal with independent living. You're in an interesting position, Cal. 25, okay, don't work, don't go to school, you're single, have no kids, you do live on your own, and you're trying to deal with independent living. I would love to know how you do that. How do you live independently when you're not working and you're not going to school? It seems like unless you won the lottery or something like that, or someone's taking care of you. What would you like to do with yourself, Cal? What have you got from here on? I mean, you're right at the cusp. And from here on in, if you don't do anything, it's diminishing returns. From here on in, you are at the point of no return. What you do from this point forward will be the person that you will be later. So I would like to challenge you and ask you how you intend to make the best use of this one life that you've got. Chief Pigloo says the fall colors are in full swing in the Northeast. Awesome sauce. Sabertooth Jenkins gives a smile. Thank you. Inglenese says, I think I said it right. I think we need to really realize it's hard to give up a dream, but much more difficult to give up on family. I think it's, giving up on family is, I can't imagine, right? I mean, I would much rather suffer never having my dream come true than to give up on my family. So the trick is going to be finding a way to balance both. That's why I describe it a bit like being on a desert island. Finding yourself stranded on a desert island, suddenly you wake up, you're on the sand, small little bit of space. That's the situation that you found in yourself. You're a little bit weak, you're a little bit remote, you're a little bit lost. You've got some things that you've got to take care of. Maybe there's some castaways there with you that require your attention. You can't give up on them. You've got to find a way to commit to those things, to follow through on the responsibilities that you've taken on. Otherwise, what the heck is the use of life if you give up on all the people in our life? And yet, at the same time, find a way to make some bit of a dream out of all that. What's your email? Okay, hold on, I'm almost there. Wow, so many comments. 2 sandwiches from Arturo. I think those are sandwiches or books. Mr. Bean will get you into heaven. Who's Mr. Bean? You mean the guy from the TV shows? What's your email? dinnerbytheriver@gmail.com. dinnerbytheriver@gmail.com. Cal, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what you've got in mind. A lot of you have been writing to me. Oh my gosh, you're keeping me very busy with responses, and I'm enjoying it. I think I've reached the point of my life where I can actually keep up, maybe. Hello from Kamakura. Wow, Kamakura, the big Daibutsu there, right? I've got a video with taking little Emily downside. Sabertooth Jenkins, have a great walk, Kurt. I hope you enjoy yourself. Thank you. I'll do my best. Christopher Torres says, Kurt, what's the email address to get a copy of your book? dinnerbytheriver@gmail.com. Cal says, yeah, on higher functioning side of the autism spectrum and relief benefits and Medicaid waiver of New York. Okay, I see. I understand. Still, what can you do with the circumstances that you're in? Do you have a dream, Cal? Maybe you don't, and that's all right too. But I would love to hear about it. Cal says, trying to get past my fears and anxiety issues and get out of my current depression. I want to travel. I've been talking about wanting to do it since 19. I also don't drive yet. It's time to take these things on. It's going to get harder. And as a driving instructor, I can tell you, Cal, now is the time. 24 is the age when diminishing returns. I've taught hundreds and hundreds of people how to drive since the 90s. 24 is about the age when it gets really hard to teach. Up until about 24, no problem. Get out there. If you want to drive, and if your autism allows it, if it's safe, try to find a school that can, and contact them and get started on that. Hence K2. I love that, like K2 the mountain. Thanks for the reply of your last video. I plan to send you an email. Please do, hence K2. Stefan Blab, I joined just now and I'm so confused what these conversations are about. They're about life. They're about the things that make life worthwhile, so that when it comes time to die and your eyes are beginning to close, you can do so in peace and balance and equanimity, and not with regret and wondering, oh, what if? Cal, at least that's my goal. Cal says that I want to live the nomad minimalist life cycle. It's the time to do it. Everybody's got that one angled out. Your generation is the one. The book is free indeed, Venus Sprout. So I'll send it to you anywhere in the world. All right, everybody, that's it. I'm going to sign off. I got 2 little puppy dogs to take out. My wife should be home soon. I wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe. And have a wonderful day, evening, or whatever it is for you. Goodbye. You too, Chief. Have you looked into Van Life Cal? No, I haven't. I'll check that out, though. Take care.